game number 2 of this 3-game series between the Sox and the Rangers, and it outside, good take. Sox need base runners.
The Rangers hold a 6-4 lead over the White Sox, but Chicago is threatening to rally in the bottom of the 8th.
To second, not in time there.
Here comes a play at the plate with Elvis Andrus attempting to score.
Kowski's throw.
Right, the throw in time, the tag. Got him at the plate! And the inning is over.
Or is it? There's DJ Reyburn acknowledging a hold signal from Pedro Grifol because Chicago's thinking about challenging the call.
Chicago is challenging the slide rule violation and the out call at the plate.
2 aspects. First, did the runner's hand sneak in? And the answer is no. He was tagged before touching home. But second, the plate blocking rule. Did the catcher illegally position prior to receiving the ball?
If this is reversed, Bruce Bochy is going to come firing out of that dugout. Throw is in time for
the on-field call is out, so we will need clear and convincing evidence if they're going to overturn. Here is the plate blocking rule. Official Baseball Rule 601. Unless the catcher is in possession of the ball, the catcher cannot block the pathway of the runner as they are attempting to score. However, it is not a violation if the catcher blocks the pathway of the runner in a legitimate attempt to field the throw.
I think that the Rangers are in pretty good shape on this play.
Where does the catcher set up? The throw is coming from left field.
It's really close.
The very first frame we see, the catcher is potentially on the right field side corner of home plate, but cedes the entirety of foul territory to the runner.
But I don't think there's much of a chance of this being overturned.
The ball bounces, and the catcher hops across in preparation to receive it, but does so prior to the ball bouncing.
It had to be perfect from Jankowski, and it was.
What we're looking at is the catcher standing on home plate, still giving the runner the front edge, but standing on the plate to receive the throw.
Now it's just a matter of getting word back from New York. Meanwhile,
so what they're looking at is whether this is, quote, a legitimate attempt to field the throw. In other words, did the catcher absolutely need to occupy that space to receive that ball? But actually, there's a rule that helps even more than this.
That throw is right on the money.
Shortly after first introducing this rule, there was a lot of problems, so MLB added a new comment stating that catchers will not be called for a plate block violation if they don't actually impede the runner. In other words, if the runner would have been out anyway, the runner should still be called out. For this play, I'm looking at the runner's route. Did the runner have to change their route because the catcher was mythically blocking the plate?
It's really close.
What I see, and especially from this reverse angle, is the runner, you're doing a wide turn from third. You're going to be in foul territory, and he comes back to fair territory. He makes that decision based on the fact that the catcher slid to foul territory. That makes sense. But in New York's mind, they're seeing that as an impeding act by the catcher. That going into foul territory, taking that runner's path to that corner of the base away, impeded the runner by forcing Andrus to slide to the right field corner of the plate, and that's what caused him to be out. That split-second delay of going from the left side to the right side. Replay thinks Andrus would have been safe if the catcher didn't partially stand on home plate and that the catcher did not need to occupy that space in order to field the throw. That's what they're saying. Do you agree? At the levels of ball I used to work, I sure wouldn't be good enough to call this. I would have done just what DJ Reyburn did on the field and call the runner out. And the fact that Reyburn did call the runner out is going to make the following ejection super awkward.
After review, the call on the field is overturned to a violation. Home plate rule violation. The run will score. The batter will stay at second.
It is, and Bruce Bochy is furious at that call.
As Bochy looks on with disbelief, Chicago celebrates, and that grin right there should tell you all you need to know. Bochy will come out, and ejections here are pretty automatic.
That is outrageous.
And here comes Bruce Bochy. Now, he's hot.
In this next sequence, just watch DJ Reyburn after ejecting Bochy, which is a pretty automatic result for arguing a replay review.
Back in New York and watching that replay now, Bochy's going to get ejected. It's almost an automatic if you're going to argue something that is done via replay.
Chicago still celebrating. They just took the lead on that call. But Reyburn says nothing. It's awkward because he made the call that Bochy wanted and replay overturned it. what can you even say?
Right the first time, and you cannot argue replay. It is an automatic ejection.
This will be talked about for a long while.
Replay's no better. It doesn't do any better than what we already have. Second base.
So naturally, Chicago wins the game 7-6. These are the tough ones, when I have to explain why they made a call they did that I happen to disagree with. Not you, DJ. Your call was good.